Well, Britain's Prime Minister has vowed to do everything he can to stop the breakaway European Super League from going ahead. 12 of Europe's largest football clubs, 12 of them English, have already committed to the rebel competition. Joining me live is former Manchester United goalkeeper and Fox Sports football commentator, all-round good guy as well, Mark Bosnich. Great to see you. What does this mean? Is it a surprise? What happens next? So many questions.
Yeah, well, good morning to you, Laura. First and foremost, let's say, what does this mean? Well, we're yet to truly find that out. The second part of your question, is it a surprise? No, it's not. This has been muted for quite some time by the so-called super clubs of the European football scene, going all the way back to the 90s during my time. Before the Champions League, there was the European Cup was just a straight knockout. And then it went to the Champions League. Basically, that was the first step, you have to say. And since then, it's been muted for quite some time that there would be a European League, there would be a European League. And it's always been seen as more of a bargaining chip for the clubs to get more money out of the pie, if you like, that UEFA generates for this competition. But this is the furthest that it's ever went. And what will it, going forward, I think that the only thing going forward, there will be a settlement. But as we know, during the negotiations, whether that be for anything, things can get very, very tense and people use different type of tactics. But I do believe that there will be a settlement eventually.
What's the story here? Is it just that the big, rich, more successful teams are sick of carrying the ones below them?
Well, that's one viewpoint to take about that. There's no doubt about that. And then a lot of people would counter-argue with the fact that there are teams that are in that 12 founding clubs who, at this moment in time, you couldn't say that they are truly successful. Tottenham Hotspur, for example, not in the Champions League, nor Arsenal. Right this moment in time, nor quite a few of them. But there's the other side of the argument to say as well that, the teams, i.e. then who play against each other, the games, they are the show and they deserve to get the vast majority of the cake. Now, in terms of the fact of super rich, they are the biggest clubs. There's no doubt about that. But a lot of those clubs, even in that 12, at this moment in time, and when I say this moment in time, I'm referring to the pandemic, are carrying a lot of debt.
Yeah.
For example, Barcelona apparently are over a billion euros in debt. Manchester United have got something in the range of 400 to 500 million pounds of debt. Tottenham Hotspur, the team I just mentioned, have built a brand new stadium they'll be paying off. And if you look at, say, Arsenal, for example, they've actually tried to live within their means, but you can see by their league position and how they've been going, it hasn't quite worked out. So there's two ways to look at it. The other thing, that the most important way, I think, is, and what's been coming across in terms of our fans of football, we've got over 4 billion supporters of this game worldwide. It is the most popular game in the world, is that sporting integrity is very, very important to us, as is sense of community. And the mere notion that teams could not get, for example, not relegated, but could not get left out of a competition really is an anathema to everything that we stand for as footballers. And we've got to be very careful of that, because fans can do without their football, but I do not believe that football can do without its fans.
Yeah, very well said indeed. Now, we've heard the spin around Jose Mourinho. What's the truth of it, do you think?
I just basically think that things came to a head in terms of their league performances. Let's not forget, this is a team that before Christmas were leading the Premier League. And I think that the chairman, Daniel Levy, and saw by his statement, basically said enough was enough. The one, you have to say, very peculiar thing is the fact that they're in a League Cup final this weekend against Manchester City, which has led to a lot of speculation surrounding the fact of this Super League being announced, and that perhaps there was an issue about that. That's been reported a lot in Portugal last night and this morning, that there was a little bit more to it. But I just think it was just the wrong fit at the wrong club for Jose Mourinho. Tottenham are a proud club in terms of their traditions of the way they like to play football. Mourinho's football is a little bit opposite to that. But I just found the timing very, very strange. There's no doubt about that.
Wouldn't it be nice to get over there and actually see a game sometime in the next couple of years? I don't know whether that's going to happen, but Mark Bosnich, it was a pleasure to have you on the program. We've got to do this a little bit more often. Great to see you.
Thank you very much, Laura. Anytime.